Good morning and a very warm welcome to this Wednesday's edition of the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. I'm Therunee Karunaratne, and as always we're coming to you live from our Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. As always, our lineup consists of the top stories from here at home and around the world. You can stay tuned with us for the news in detail. This morning's top news item comes in from Piliyandala. A major fire erupted early this morning at a timber store located near the Bokundara junction in Piliyandala. According to the Department of Fire of the Dehivala Mount Lavinia Municipal Council, multiple firefighting teams have been deployed to bring this blaze under control. In addition, a fire engine from the Colombo Municipal Council has also been dispatched to assist with this operation. Due to the intensity of the fire and ongoing emergency response efforts, the Colombo-bound lane of the Colombo-Horana main road has been temporarily closed at the Bokundara junction, causing traffic delays in the area as well. Emergency services are continuing efforts to fully extinguish the fire and also assess the extent of the damage caused. Taking a look at a headline-making sports news item this morning. In a historic moment that ended an 18-year-long wait, Royal Challengers Bangalore, led by Rajat Patidar and powered by the experience of Virat Kohli, clinched their maiden Indian Premier League title. RCB triumphed over Punjab Kings in the grand finale by a narrow margin of 6 runs in front of a packed stadium. The much-anticipated IPL 2025 final was held at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad, drawing a crowd of over 90,000 fans. The grand event kicked off with a colourful pre-match ceremony featuring dazzling music and dance performances that added to the electrifying atmosphere. Winning the toss, Punjab Kings captain Shreyas Iyer opted to bowl first, hoping to capitalise on the early conditions. RCB opened their innings with seasoned Virat Kohli and England's Phil Salt. Salt managed to score 16 runs before being dismissed, while Mayank Agarwal contributed 24 runs. Skipper Rajat Patidar played a steady knock of 26 runs, but it was Virat Kohli who stood out as the top scorer for RCB. Kohli crafted a fluent 43 of 35 balls, featuring 4 boundaries and 3 sixes, anchoring the innings under pressure. RCB posted a total of 190 for 9 in their allotted 20 overs. Carl Jamieson and Arshdeep Singh were the pick of the Punjab bowlers, claiming 3 wickets each and keeping the run flow in check. Chasing a target of 191, Punjab Kings stumbled early in their innings, losing top 4 order wickets for just 98 runs. Despite a valiant unbeaten knock of 61 off 30 balls by Shashank Singh, the Kings fell just short of the target. They finished at 184 for 7 in their 20 overs, handing RCB a memorable 6-run victory. RCB bowlers Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Krunal Pandya played crucial roles in defending the total, taking 2 wickets apiece and maintaining tight lines in the death overs. With this win, RCB etched their name into IPL history, lifting their first ever IPL trophy after nearly 2 decades of striving and heartbreaks. The victory marks a defining moment for the franchise and its passionate fan base, who had waited patiently for this long overdue triumph.
Rajat Patidar, a moment that the RCB fans will never ever forget.
And now on to our top international news item for this morning, coming in from South Korea. The country has handed a decisive victory to opposition candidate Lee Jae-myung 6 months after his predecessor's martial law bid failed. The brief yet disastrous move set off huge protests and ended former President Yoon Suk-yeol's career. Impeached and removed from office, he still faces criminal charges for abusing his power at the time. But the political chaos that followed means victorious Lee's biggest challenge is still ahead of him. He must unite a polarized country that is still reeling from it all. He also faces challenges ahead. Crucially, negotiating a trade deal with US President Donald Trump to soften the blow of tariffs from South Korea's closest ally. His main rival was the ruling party candidate and former member of Yoon's cabinet, Kim Moon-soo. He had been trailing Lee for weeks in polls, and in the early hours of Wednesday, he conceded defeat, congratulating Lee on his victory. In an earlier speech, Lee had hinted at the win, but he stopped short at declaring it. He said recovering South Korea's democracy would be his first priority. The snap election comes just 3 years after the 61-year-old lost his last presidential bid by a razor-thin margin to Yoon. With that, we move on to more local news items for this morning. Several regulations that have been gazetted under the Anti-Corruption Act are scheduled to be taken up for debate in Parliament today. These regulations are aimed at strengthening the legal framework to combat corruption and ensure greater transparency and accountability within the public service of Sri Lanka. In addition to the anti-corruption regulations, the Parliament is also set to discuss the amended bill of the Code of Criminal Procedure during the committee's stage debates today. Meanwhile, the Department of Coast Conservation and Coastal Resource Management says that more than 2,500 illegal constructions have been identified along Sri Lanka's coastal line. The department's Director General Dr. Therunee Karunaratne said that the process of removing these illegal structures has already commenced. According to the law, no construction is permitted within a zone ranging from 10 to 25 meters from the country's shoreline. However, he noted that various parties had ignored this regulation in the recent times, leading to serious impacts on the coastal environment of our country. On to some election-related news now. The National Election Commission of Sri Lanka has announced that any individual will be allowed to inspect and file complaints regarding the campaign income and expenditure reports that were submitted so far by candidates who contested the recent local government elections. Accordingly, certified copies of the campaign finance reports will be made available for public inspection at district election offices starting from the 7th of June during official working days from 9 a.m. up until 4 p.m. This decision was taken under Section 6 of the Regulation of Election Expenditure Act No. 3 of 2023, which mandates that candidates submit detailed reports of their campaign income as well as expenditures. Chairman of the National Election Commission of Sri Lanka, RMAL Ratnayakar, said that legal action will be initiated against individuals who fail to submit their campaign finance reports in accordance with the law. Now, the University Grants Commission says that over 90,000 students have registered for university admission this year based on the results of the GCE Advanced Level Examination. The registration period officially concluded on the 30th of May. However, students who have already registered are allowed to change their order of preference until the 13th of June. This adjustment can be made via the UGC website. The Commission also stated that students who revise their preferences must send a copy of their updated application to the University Grants Commission via registered post. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Energy has announced an extension of the tender period for the Mullikulam wind power plant in Puttlam. Initially set to close on the 12th of June, the new deadline for tender submissions is now the 9th of July. The project involves the construction of 2 power plants, wind power plants to be specific, each with a capacity of 50 megawatts in Mullikulam. And finally, on to the weather forecast for today. The Met Department says that several spells of showers will occur in the western, Sabaragamu's central and northwestern provinces and in the Gaul and Mathura districts. Showers or thunder showers may occur at a few places in the Uba province and in the Ampara and Batticaloa districts during the afternoon or night. Fairly strong winds of about 30 to 40 kilometers per hour can be expected at times over the western slopes of the central hills and in the northern, north-central, northwestern and southern provinces and also in the Trincomalee district. As always, the general public is requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. With that, we bring to a close this morning's edition of the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. I'm Therunee Karunaratne. Thank you for joining us. Do join us tomorrow as well, same time, same place, for more of the very latest from here at home and around the world. Take care. Have a wonderful day ahead.